We debated what the theme of the conference would be a couple of years ago, and we were reading the Horizon report, and it was all about personalised learning for everybody and how people are taking more control of their learning. So now it's personal for us here. We've tried to create an environment or a conference experience where delegates feel like they've actually had a say in what they're going to and what where they're meeting up with other people, so it's personal for them. So we've tried to promote through social media and through all of our shout outs that it's your conference. So you've taken the time out to come here, and it's up to you, and we'll help you as much as we can by having the presenters, and as our keynote was yesterday, all about personalised learning. And another feature of the conference that's unique is that we've got the conversations with the keynotes, which are happening right at the moment, so that you get the whole keynote experience as we've known in the past, but then we can we've created another space and time for people to get closer and connect with the keynote on a very personal level. And also we've got the students this year as well, adding another dimension of and people are noticing them, and I think that we're teaching kids all the time, as in seeing them in a situation like this helps us while we're away from our class to just chill and connect.
It means making connections, but they don't have to be person to person, they can be online, and it's really great actually meeting face-to-face people that you've actually talked online with before.
I think it means that we're personalising learning and making it specifically interesting for the children.
And it's a personal approach to IT and involvement.
So I think this year's theme of the conference has been good in some respects. We've been to a few sessions, and I've been to one particular session where we're working on a project really specifically looking at badging and how we gamify badging, but doing it from a really pragmatic level, which is taking things we're already doing in schools that are paper-based and then moving them through to a more transparent way of doing it through a badge, and whether that be a bronze, silver or gold, so Duke of Edinburgh or that sort of stuff. So what we actually found in our session was that there was a whole scaffold that I could take back. I didn't have to go and create anything that was going to take an enormous amount of time, and then the thought process for that. So that personalisation that I can now do from that one session has been, for me so far, one of the greatest parts of that theme of Now It's Personal.
I think it's about personalising learning, and it's been fantastic to see what students are doing when given the opportunity to pick and choose and shape what they want to learn, and it's something that needs to apply now to the way that teachers keep learning. And we talk about in the classroom how students need to want to learn for their whole lives, not just in the classroom, and teachers need to have that same attitude, and so I think that's what the conference is talking about.
I think it's always been personal, but I think now it means that we have a lot more opportunities to make things personal.
When I come along to these things, I guess, it's just about making connections for myself in terms of how I would harness some of the ideas in a classroom.
It means looking at the best interests of each student rather than just groups of students.
Well, I think I can use more technology myself in my teaching, plus my own life, personal life.
Well, I guess now we have to take responsibility, that we all play a part in it, and it is our responsibility to take ownership.
Now It's Personal, the sort of slogan for ACEC 2014, is about students and teachers and anyone involved in education getting together and communicating and working collaboratively to make teaching and education better for everyone.
I guess, to my mind, it's about making the learning personal for students in schools, moving away from the generic model of where everyone has to do the same thing in every class, to using more individualised technology so that each person can learn at their own pace.
It means that I've made connections with lots of different people here, and through learning about the great work that they're doing, so that I can take that into my workplace.
Coming along here, getting professional development, meeting other people, making those personal contacts with people who've done the same things that you're wanting to do.
I think for too long education's been about people all doing the same thing at the same time, whether they want to or not, and with the way devices and networks and other things have allowed us to make learning individual and personal now. It means that if you're interested in something, you can learn about it. If you want to learn a particular way, you can learn that way. If you want to use particular devices, you can use those devices. The nature of learning's changed so that you can pretty much learn the way that makes most sense for you.
It means that I am able to create myself and use Web2 tools to do what I need to do, and so can my students.
How It's Personal is the theme for this conference, and this conference has been absolutely amazing. It's great to get all these educators together talking about how technology can actually enhance learning and teaching. And if we can get that as a personal thing in terms of enhancing creativity and getting kids to use technology to be able to build things and make things personal for them so their learning becomes more relevant, that's what it means to me.